Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We're going to get started. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. Thank you. You must be sworn in to speak at today's proceedings. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Yes. Thank you. You all may be seated at this time. Please silence all of your devices. Okay, welcome to our May 23rd, 2004 special magistrate hearing for the Building Division. Our first case is a new business case on page 5. Property address 1125 West Prospect Road. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Case number BE 231-20141. Owner First Choice of Florida LLC. Notice posted at the property on 4/11/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5924.
Oh, is it on now? Yeah. Is it on now? Oh. My name is Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City of Fort Lauderdale, representing case and address as read. I arrived at the property, observed a new tiki hut constructed in the backyard of the property. After checking for permits, I found that there were no permits on file or issued for the work that was performed. I've spoke with the owner, Michael, multiple times. He is being cooperative with everything. He wants to get the matter resolved. I explained to him that we're going to need to get the proper permit to comply the case. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist, to grant the property owner 42 days to come into compliance, or $50 per day thereafter. Michael, yeah.
I'm sorry, what was the dollar amounts at the end?
It's $50 per day.
You guys not here, sir?
No. $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, so I guess my turn to speak?
Yes.
Pardon me, do you want me to hit that on or just speak?
Just speak it.
It's already on. Once you press the button.
Oh. Okay. I will do whatever it takes to comply. I would ask, Andrew's been very helpful. I see some of the notices posted unaware. When I went over to Broward County Property Appraisers and I put in the folio ID for my property into the City of Fort Lauderdale website, it says all the code cases are complied. So this particular address I've come to experience has a glitch that it's known as two different addresses, 1125 West Prospect Road, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33309, and 1125 Northwest 44th Street, same ending. And apparently it's got a glitch with the water department and everything like that. But it shows that there's no code cases under the Broward County Property ID.
But this is your home with the Cheeky Hut?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so basically all they're seeking is compliance.
When I first got something in the mail, I went to the website, looked it out. Andrew and I have been in contact, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks maybe. So him and I have been working on this 6 weeks. I did go into this by checking with the City of Fort Lauderdale. What do I need to do before I do one? I have the emails here. They gave me some guidance. I went out to hire somebody. It turns out whoever I hired scammed me and ran off, and there actually was permits pulled on this job. And permits were pulled and in the process of being approved, but for some reason they got voided. So I'm in the process of trying to, comply with another company, tearing it down, starting over. My renter moves 9/14, so September 15th. She has kids. They use the backyard every day. It would be an extreme hardship and danger if we were to do this while she's there. I asked if they can give an extension till then. I promise I will comply, or Tiki Hut meets chainsaw.
So she moves on 9/14, you say?
Yeah,
Does the city have?
But
Does the city have any objection to a compliance date of 119 days, which would be 9/19 or 9/26, to give him the additional time?
Yeah, the city's in compliance, we could accommodate that.
Okay, so why don't we do 9/26, which is 126 days? That way it gives you enough time for your runner to leave and you can properly do it and nobody will get injured in the process. So
I heard 9/26.
September 26th, right?
September 26th, yes.
Yeah, that should be enough time, correct? Okay, so that's 126 days, okay? So your compliance date will be September 26th or a fine of $50 a day.
Okay, and I'll keep Andrew abreast of anything.
Yes, that'll be great.
And if I can get things done way sooner, that's great.
Even better.
I apologize, I reach out to a contractor and they give me, I'll meet you next week, it's raining. And
Oh, I understand. Things happen, but as long as you stay on top of it.
But I will comply however you need.
Okay, thank you. All right, good luck to you. You're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Our next
Thank you, Andrew.
case.
I appreciate it again.
Our next case is on page 16. Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 1170 North Federal Highway, owner East Point Towers Condo, Inc., case number BE 231-20032, notice posted at the property on 5/2/24, posted at 1 East Route Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Leonardo Martinez, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
I'm the property manager, Jeremy Crowley, in charge of this property. We had a board election back in February. The board had started to select an engineering firm before the elections last year, and then elections were held February 21. New board came on, wanted to review the reports and the proposals and the bids that were presented. The new board now has selected an engineering firm. We've started the process of submitting payment to that firm. I understand that we're looking for 42 days. 42 days puts us at around January 4th. I happen to go on vacation July 5th to the 15th. I'm looking for a total of 60 days to push it out to about the end of July, as the association will get the building inspected by then. We have submitted to Inspector Martinez a copy of the signed agreement, which I have here in my hand. We've also sent a copy of the submitted invoice for that, so I'm looking for an extension up to about July 30th to get this scheduled and to get the report sent to Inspector Martinez.
So do the city...
We follow Broward County Court of Appeals mandates. We just, the city just offered 42 days for them to submit the report.
That's per ordinance. It's a maximum number of days?
Yes.
Okay, so apparently...
There we go. So, 42 days really isn't a lot of time, considering those are calendar days, and the engineering firm will be selected and coming on board to inspect and to get it to there by July 4th. I mean, we're looking at weekends. I mean, it's only about, 15 working days or something like that. We have Monday as a holiday. We got 3-day, 2-day weekends, everything else.
Your Honor, we follow board mandates. We send a notice that they had 90 days. Plus they have, more than 90 days to come forward with the report. They didn't provide it. We stick with the 42 days that is mandated by the Broward County Court of Appeals.
Okay, so I guess pursuant to the statute, or I don't have the authority to give you more than 42 days. However, I guess stay in contact with the inspector, and if you run into a problem, then we'll revisit. As long as you're working towards compliance, I'm sure that we can work with you, but I don't have the authority to give you the additional days at this time, okay? So we're going to do the compliance date of July 4th with $100 a day if you're not in compliance, but I would strongly suggest stay in contact with the inspector so that if it shows that there's progress, hopefully you can get additional time to comply then. Okay. No, you're welcome. Sorry I came to more, but unfortunately my hands are tied.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 24, Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez, Property address 6201 Bay Club Drive, owner Bay Colony Club Condo, Inc., case number BE 231-00100. Notice posted at the property on 4/3/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Which one did I do? Is it this one or that one? When he says it, he'll say it, yeah.
You need the address, Jose?
Yes, 1 second, please.
Okay. It's 6201 Bay Club Drive, at the
Yes.
bottom of page 24.
Good morning. Building Inspector Saragusti. Case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report and the next 42 days or fine of $100 per day thereafter. And I will let the respondent speak.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Hi, I'm Nancy Lovell. I'm the Bay Colony Club president on the board.
Okay, so the city is seeking a 42-day compliance date that you come into compliance by July 4th, or there'll be a fine of $100 a day.
Okay, that's because we have to pay the fee, yeah?
No,
Well, you have to submit
Sorry?
oh, they didn't pay.
It's missing the payment for the...
so it's just the payment that's
Yes.
missing?
Yes,
Yeah, it's
yes.
just the
Yes,
payment.
we will comply, we'll get that in there, you'll have it immediately.
Perfect,
Okay.
perfect. All right, good luck to you then.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our next case is also on page 16, Chief George Oliva, property address 1001 South Andrews Ave, case number BE 2309-0346, owner Fazio Limited Partnership. Notice posted at the property on 4/11/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Good morning, Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extensions for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
Hi, good morning. Charlene Webster, property manager for 1001 South Andrews Avenue. We are wanting the 180-day request
Okay.
to finish the electrical portion of the inspection.
Okay, so ordered. You will have that.
Thank you.
A
right, thank
compliance
you.
date of November 19th for the 180 days, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Our next case is on page 27, so hearing to impose fines. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1844 Southeast First Ave, owner Ann Monis, case number BE 2305-0184. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 3/21/24. One section not complied at $50, one section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,300, which continues to accrue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. This case is not complied. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1. Work without permit, including but not limited to interior alteration, including partitions to create 10-room offices, change of use from residential single-family to business without obtaining a change of use permit. Property was also cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2020, Section 111.1.1, use and occupancy for occupying without the required certificate of occupancy. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes, good morning. My name is Wendy. I'm here on behalf of the owner. We are requesting an additional 60 days to come compliant. As far as the overall case is concerned, there's been 3 separate components. There's been the after the fact, there's been the certificate of use, and thirdly, we've had to go and request an administrative review for parking reduction. We've been working on that now with Mike Ferreira, the urban planner, have gone back and forth. We had some issues coming up with a parking plan that was agreeable. Since then, our design team has worked and come up with a plan that appears to be acceptable. The plans have since moved on to landscaping. We came out with a bunch of landscaping comments, which we are now looking for a landscape architect who can help us come up with a landscape plan for the site. And once we have the landscape plan and can submit that, get our administrative review, we would in turn be able to satisfy the engineering component. Right now, we're really at a standstill right now with the certificate of use because our engineering review is dependent on us getting the administrative review approved for the reduced parking.
Okay.
I know this was supposed to be a fine hearing. We had tried prior to the expiration of our previous expiration to get a hearing to request an extension, but it was after the fact at that point. This hearing has already been in the works.
Your Honor, the case was created in May of 2023, about a year ago. It's more than work without permit. It was a single family that's turned into a business, and it's currently being occupied for a business. So it's being used without a certificate of occupancy, hasn't been inspected. For this reason, the city cannot support any additional extension.
Do you see activity by them trying to get into compliance?
There has been, yes, and that is correct. They have applied for a permit, for the change of use permit, and it's been going back and forth with the comments and submittals, et cetera.
So where I have an issue with is really the certificate of occupancy, because you should never have somebody in there when you don't have that. I understand additional time to comply as far as getting into compliance with the structure, and you're trying to do that. So I'm going to grant only additional time as to the building that has been, the FBC 2020-105.1, I'll give you the 60 days. But as far as the certificate of the occupancy of, certificate of occupancy, I'm not. Those fines are going to continue to run. Okay, so as I stated, as far as 105.1, I'm going to grant 60 additional days, 63. So the compliance date should be July 25th, or the fines $50 a day will continue to run. And on 111.1.1, those fines will continue to run as well.
Okay.
Those are not going to be additional time.
So for the change of, or the certificate of occupancy and the change of use. And what was the second?
I only have 2 violations. So
Okay.
on the second violation was the certificate of occupancy, those fines will continue to run. I'm denying additional time to comply. Okay, great. All right, so we're back on. Perfect. So I'm going to reiterate on my last order. It's a two-part component. Oh.
One moment, please. We're back in session.
So I'm just going to reiterate what I earlier had ordered. There's two violations. One violation, the fines are going to continue to run at $100 a day, which is a certificate of occupancy violation, 111.1.1, and the other violation of 105.1, I'm going to grant additional time to comply of 63 days so that the new compliance date will be July 25th, or fine of $50 a day. Okay? All right. Good luck to you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, on page 27, property address 2150 Southeast 17th Street, case number BE 23070060, owner NAP 17th Street Marina LLC building, Sales Ventures LLC land. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 4/18/24. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $1,700, which continues to accrue. Inspectors, please, 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 can we take the side conversations outside, please? Thank you.
Is the violator present? Okay.
Inspector Boris for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. The case is not in compliance at this time. The council is here to provide an update.
Good morning, Your Honor. We have been working very closely with the city. We actually have had, since the last hearing, we submitted permits. We got requests for corrections. We submitted corrections. We got requests for additional corrections, and those are imminent. I actually spoke to the fire department this morning. Those are the corrections are coming from fire. We've solved the issue. There were some questions about how to do that, so we're just asking for a 30-day extension. We believe the work will actually be done in 30 days if the permit is issued.
Your Honor, Ms. Toothaker, you have to say your name.
I'm so sorry. I know better. Stephanie Toothaker on behalf of Sales Ventures.
Just to clarify, Your Honor, this case is for an expired permit. The permit would have to be voided or renewed to come into compliance. As far as the case goes, I've just been informed by the assistant building official that the city supports a 28-day extension.
Okay, is 28 days sufficient? I know
We'd
you're
be
asking
very
for
pleased
30.
with that,
Okay,
yes.
great. So I'm going to grant additional time with a new compliance date of June 20th, or the fine of $50 a day will start. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 26. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 1563 West Sunrise Boulevard, case number BE 23070268, owner Silburn Holding LLC. This case was first heard on 2/15/24 to comply by 4/18/24. Two sections complied at $50. Total fines $1,700. The city is requesting to reduce fines to administrative costs of $991.15.
Good morning, Inspector Williams presenting on behalf of Inspector Wilson Quintero with the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address as read. The case was first heard on 2/15/24 when Special Magistrate Cannon ordered a 63-day to comply. On 4/18, the violation remains as scheduled. Work has not been started, therefore the daily fines accrued. Wilson has been in constant contact with the owner of the property and the contractor hired to conduct the repairs. They advised that there was a delay in receiving the materials from the manufacturer, and once received, they will begin immediately. On 5/6, Quintero visited the location and posted and issued the notice of hearing for the Massey and observed the work has been completed and the violation is compliance. The city is requesting administrative costs of $991.15.
Good morning, Kadisha Silburn, owner. Here to just ask if the charges could be dismissed because it wasn't, as she said, we were in contact with the inspector. There were delay in the material. The GC said that it was a backlog in the material to install on the property. I did call when the GC told me that there are going to be more extension delay in the material, but I was told that it was too late to be in the April, to ask for extension in the April hearing, so I had no other choice but to ask for the May. It was in compliance a week after the expired date. That's when we got the part in. I'm sorry, but all of this was somebody ran into our building and we were waiting on the insurance, so that's why all of this took so long. So I'm just asking if it could be dismissed.
So the city has waived the fines, they're only asking for the administrative costs.
Correct.
Okay, so that's where you guys are still standing.
Yes.
Okay, so they're only imposing the administrative cost of $991.15. They've waived the fine $1,700.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to enter that. I'm just going to enter that the administrative costs paid, that the fines are waived, which is $1,700.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, will that?
You're going to get.
You'll receive an order in the mail.
All right, thank you.
Our next case is on page 14, Chief George Oliva, property address 660, Tennis Club Drive, owner Tennis Club Johnston Condo Association, case number BE 231-00113. Notice posted at the property 4424, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 5924. This is a new business case.
Building Inspector Martinez, representing the city, case analysis as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report, or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
Good morning. My name is Scott Robbins. I'm the property manager for the association. We have paid our building inspector for concrete restoration plans in full, and we are currently encouraging our board to enter into contract with the concrete restoration and also an electrical contractor.
Okay, so how much time is the city seeking?
180 days,
Okay, or what's the daily fine?
$100 per day thereafter.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 408 Northeast 6th Street, 744S, owner S.E. Solmore LLC, case number BE 24020085. Notice posted at the property on 3/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280D for the laminating stucco wall covering or delaminating stucco wall covering. A report dated March 27, 2024, prepared by Zachary Newman, PE 83390, indicates that at the bottom of the wood framing structure, the exterior sheathing show evidence of moisture intrusion through the cladding system, resulting in significant deterioration of sheathing. Additionally, multiple anomalies and deficiencies within the stucco system were observed, including but not limited to cracking and buckling of the stucco cladding, as well as sealants at the ceiling joint installed at the stucco base transition between the parking precast structural concrete and the side wall wood framing structure. The case was opened on February 12, 2024. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on February 23, 2024. City is requesting for the magistrate to find a violation exists and grant the property owner 56 days to come into compliance by obtaining any required permits and complete required repairs, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. City is also requesting for the final order to be recorded. The respondent is here to speak.
Good morning. My name is Jason, property manager at Solmar on 6th on behalf of S.E. Solmar LLC. We're requesting a 90-day extension. We hired an engineering firm who provided the scope of work. and we're currently getting bids from the qualified vacating contractors, and we're looking for a 90-day extension to complete this project.
Okay.
No objection, John.
Okay. All right. So the compliance date will be August 22nd, or we'll find $50 a day.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good luck.
Our next case is on page 31, Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez. Property address 1100 West Commercial Boulevard. Owner Universal Property and Casualty Insurance Co. Case number BE 2307-0390. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 2/29/24. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $8,300, which continues to accrue.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez, case and address as read. We haven't received a new report. City is requesting to impose fines.
The reports have been issued, and if you check
Please state your name for the record.
Carl Forbes, I'm the engineer for the property. Reports have been issued. If you check your records, they're there. City has assigned permits to it.
Your Honor, I just got a notification that the report was issued, but it hasn't been paid for. So at this time, what we would like to do is to impose the fines, and as soon as they pay, within the next 7 days, we can come back, bring it back, and vacate the order and grant an extension. But as now, we would like to impose fines. You understand?
Yes, sure.
Okay, perfect. So within 7 days, if we get the payment and we check that the report is in order,
sure,
we will bring you back, we vacate this order, and then we grant the next extension.
Sure, you'll get it within a couple of days.
Why don't we just do a compliance date of 7 days to make a payment rather than having to enter an order and vacate an order?
Repeat that again?
Rather than entering an order and vacating an order, just give a compliance date of 7 days so that if they're in compliance, we don't have to go through all of the exercises.
But they requested an extension, so we can do that. If within 7 days, they don't come forward with.
Right, so if they don't pay within 7 days, then the $8,300 will be assessed. But rather than entering an order and vacating order.
No, that's fine with me.
Okay, so I'm going to grant the 7 days.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grant.
To pay the fees.
Right, so I'm going to grant 7 days, which is May 30th, to get into compliance. And if you're not in compliance, then I'm going to grant the city's request to enter the fines of $8,300.
Okay. Carl, I just want to ask you that make sure that with the report that requesting the extension, you provide letters stating that the building can be occupied while the repairs are taking place.
Yes, in fact, all their reports show that the building is okay. There's one electric issue, but the buildings are fine. But I'll give you the letter.
All right, not a problem. Thank you so much.
Wait, we need to clarify. Do you want the $8,300 assessed at one point or not? I'm trying to understand or do you want to readdress those fines?
Okay, as well as I know now, we were here to impose fines.
Right.
Okay, since I just got notified that he submitted the report, but the report now is incomplete. That's what I was asking, to impose the fines and then come back. But I don't know the other way to do it. Giving 7 days to verify if the documentation is together and the payment comes in.
Right, but if the payment comes in 7 days, you still want the $8,300 to be due and owing, or are you going to ask? That's what I'm trying to understand.
No, if they provide the documentation and the payment, they will get an extension. That's what they're seeking.
So the $8,300 will not be applicable?
No, they will stop there because they're going to get an extension if the documentation is completed and the payment comes in. You understand?
I understand, but...
He's seeking for an extension. That's what he's seeking for. So he can complete the repairs.
But the fines already have run. So that's what I'm saying. Like those fines ran because...
Are there fines running at this point? That's what the special magistrate is asking.
Fines are running at this point.
And how much are owed right now?
As of
$8,300.
$8,300.
So is the city willing to waive those fines once it gets to compliance, or you want to revisit that? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, we want to revisit it.
Okay, then why don't we come back when he's in compliance? That's what you're asking, to come back when he's in compliance. All right, so when's the next hearing date?
June, sorry.
When is it?
June 20th.
Okay, so do a notice to reappear for June 20th?
Okay.
And then do a compliance date of July 7th for, May 30th, I'm sorry. I said May, I'm looking, May 30th.
May 30th for the payment.
For the payment.
Yes.
And I'll stop the fines running today.
Correct.
Okay.
Today, extension 7 days.
Exactly.
Reappear.
Exactly.
On
Repair is it June 20th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And your 7-day extension is till May 30th.
May 30th.
Right.
Yep.
Sorry for that confusion.
No, I'm good.
You have 2 more cases, correct?
Yes, I'll just stand right here.
Okay.
You don't want to sit down and come back?
Thank you.
So, Your Honor, for the record and everybody's edification, can you just repeat your order?
Sure. So I'm going to grant an extension to comply for May 30th, or the fine of $100. It's $100 a day, and then an order to reappear for June 20th.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, but
thank you.
I have 2 more cases, so I'm.
Make sure you understand.
Yeah.
Our next case is on page 33. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 5341 Northwest 33rd Ave, owner Universal Property and Casualty Company, case number BE 2308-0027. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 2/29/24. 1 section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $8,300, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, Building Inspector Saragusti. This case is not complied. We need to impose the, sorry? 33.
They haven't provided the report, or they haven't paid the fine? They haven't paid the fee. Okay.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to enter the same order I did in the other
Yes.
case. I'm going to grant 7 days to compliance, which will be a
Right.
compliance date of May 30th. And a notice to reappear on June 20th.
June 20th, yeah.
Sorry?
I've already entered an order.
Okay, the next case
Yeah.
is on page 32 at the top. Property address 2442 East Sunrise Boulevard. No, I'm sorry, wrong case. It's on page 32, but property address 3598 West Prospect Road, owner Universal Property and Casualty Insurance Company, case number BE 2308-0100. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 2/29/24. 1 section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $8,300, which continues to accrue.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address are read. The case is not complied. The city requests to impose the fines.
And what are they, is it payment that's due and owing at this point?
Yes, it's the same. Yeah.
Okay, please state your name for the record again.
Carl Forbes.
Okay, and you're the engineer.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to grant the 7-day extension, which would be May 30th, or a fine of $100 a day. We'll restart, and I've noticed to reappear for June 20th.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Our next case is on page 24, Chief George Oliva, property address 5321 Northeast 24th Terrace, owner CrossFox Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 2310093. Notice posted at the property on 4/3/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/9/24.
That is, what address is that? No, there's another one, CrossFox. Yes.
Wait, Diane, this is on 24. I thought we heard them already.
No. 5341 you heard.
The one in the middle.
Oh, darn, I don't know where I thought we heard it. I don't know what I did that. No idea where that's from. Okay, well, you'll let me know later then. Okay. Please state your name again.
My name is Carl Forbes. I'm the engineer.
Okay.
Can you, the case is ending in 93, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report have not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent speak.
So this report was never submitted?
It was submitted yesterday.
Okay.
And
And
the fees are, I got an email this morning to pay the $375.
Okay, so do you still want the 42 days?
42 days,
Okay.
yes.
All right, so July 4th will be your compliance date, or $100 a day. Do you want him to reappear as well? No. No? Okay, so you just have a compliance date of July 4th then.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Forbes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 26. Inspector Preston Mark, property address 2120 Imperial Point Drive, case number BE 23030123, owner Luis Villanueva, Maria Teresa Villanueva. Notice for this case was first heard on 7/20/23 to comply by 9/21/23. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,200, which continues to accrue.
Building Inspector Preston Mark here, represented the city. Case and address is read. This case is not in compliance. Our records show that a demo permit was pulled to demolish the covered patio addition, which was cited for. There were 3 or 4 permits. Let's see, there was a roof permit, a mechanical permit, an electrical permit, window and door permit, and an addition permit, which all are required to be voided. And also, once the demo permit has been completed, then this case can come in compliance. I recently spoke with the owner, Lewis, and also the contractor, Pedro, who indicated that the demo is complete, but they're awaiting the final inspection. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Luis Villanueva, my wife Maria. This is basically a complicated thing. We wanted to have a patio enclosure to house 2 large German Shepherds that we have, and we never thought that we required a permit because we thought it was going to be simple. When the structure was built, then we realized that we had made a mistake. The city ordered to stop the construction. We went through the process of getting permits. We hired Pedro Bazan to try to correct this. We went through an application process to get a variance approved to see if we could have something built there. The city of Fort Lauderdale, the Board of Adjustment, denied that application officially on a letter that we received on April. I have the letter here. I think it's April the 10th of 24. So we could not continue with that any longer. So we applied for demolition, and the demolition is complete now. So we have basically restored the house to how it was back in February of 23. So that's what we are. We got rid of that. Now the houses are inside of our dining area. I mean, the dogs are inside of the dining area, so we're trying to figure out what to do with them. Anyways, that's who we are.
Have you seen the property since the demolition?
Not as yet, Your Honor.
I have a picture of that I took yesterday.
Okay, but they have to go see it.
Yeah, sure.
So
So the city at this point will not support any further extension as requesting that the fines be imposed. Once the demo is complete and we have a final, we will do our inspection, and then you can come back and request an abatement of fines, possible.
Okay, so you're now seeking the fines, you're seeking that the fines be imposed, or you're seeking that the, what
Yes.
exactly you're seeking? That the fines are imposed?
Yes.
Okay.
The administrative, it's $12,200.
You're seeking the fines or the administrative or both? I don't see administrative costs, all I see are fines.
Sorry, the $12,200.
Do you have any
the
admin fees as well, or no?
I don't have that information, sorry.
Okay, this is what they're seeking, 12,200.
Okay, are you seeking the fines continues, basically, is what you're seeking?
Yes.
Okay, so the fines are going to continue until you show you're in compliance. Once you're in compliance, then you can ask for mitigation, for an abatement.
Is that a process that I have to?
You have to call them, and they have to come inspect the property. As soon as they inspect the property, the fines will stop running. Although you have a picture, and we appreciate that, they have to go and inspect the property
Yeah,
themselves.
sure.
So once they inspect it, the fines will stop.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
The next case, Inspector Preston Mark at the bottom of page 26. Property address 2931 Riverland Road. Owner Jacob Londos, William Londos. Case number BE 230900. Section not complied at $250. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $8,500, which continues to accrue.
Building Inspector Preston Mark for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. Our records show that the permit PM 190800209 for the construction of a new two-story single-family residence is still in issue status. However, the property is currently being occupied. There are several pending inspections, and at this point in time, the city does not support any further extension and is requesting that the fines be imposed. I will let the respondent speak.
Good morning. Please take your... Press the button so your mic is on. There's a...
I'm sorry. Good? I bought the house from a developer. It was not finished. There were some items that were not done, and I was misled. I did occupy the house at first. I was told I could not occupy the house. I've moved out of the house 4 or 5 months ago. I have a project manager that's been there sometimes doing work and stuff. I've talked to Mr. Preston. I think part of the problem is he wants the furniture moved out. So I talked to him earlier today and I asked him if I could please get an extension. I'll have the furniture out next week, and I'll move everything out of the house. I'm not occupying the house, and I'm begging you to please give me a 30-day extension to get everything in compliance. My superintendent's here, who's going to be doing all the work on the house. We're ready to call electrical inspection for a final, so we're trying to get all of our finals at this stuff and get everything in compliance. And I guess the issue is, even though I moved out, the furniture was still there. So I talked to Mr. Preston and said I'll have the furniture out by next Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, and then would call him to come back and view the property and make sure nothing's there.
Okay. Mr. Preston?
The city will support an extension for the 7 days, and thereafter we will recall this case, hopefully in the next at the next hearing.
You want a
Reappearance.
The city's in agreement with 7 days, is that what you said?
Yeah, to do the inspection, to make sure that the furniture is out, and then regarding the fines, we would consider imposing the fines at the next hearing.
Okay, so, but what about the plumbing and the other items? Those are not a concern as long as no one's living in there?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so... Certificate of use. Yeah. Certificate of occupancy, I meant to say. Okay. All right, so I'm going to grant a 7-day extension to get in compliance, which would be May 30th. And you want him to reappear?
Yes.
Okay, and a notice to reappear for June 20th.
Okay. I currently live in a condominium in Aventura, and I've already tried to call the manager's office this morning just to make sure I can schedule the elevator for the move. So I think I should be able to pull that off in 7 days. If not, I'll put it in storage.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 18, Chief George Oliva, property address 1600 Southeast 15th Street, owner Plaza 15 Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 231-00101, notice posted at the property on 4/16/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. 18. On the top. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
Page 18.
The report was submitted, but the report are but repairs are required. The city is, sorry?
Okay, I'm sorry, what is the city
Yeah.
seeking? I'm really having a hard time hearing. I don't know what's going on here today, but I can't hear you and I can't hear her, so.
Okay, the case is ending 101.
Okay,
The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to come in compliance. And the repairs, to the owner to complete the repairs and submit the new report or fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Good morning. Carl Valentine, President of the Association, 1600 Southeast 15th Street. We're seeking 180 days extension. We have completed our electrical inspection. We're waiting for the report from the engineer to submit. Also, we have filed for our permit, received it for the structural. We are underway for our structural repairs.
okay.
Okay.
So
Is there any, can you get any longer than 180 days?
No, we cannot move. You need to
Okay.
reappear.
Now, question, the 180 days starts from today or from after we submitted our...
From today.
From today?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And you can return to ask for an additional 180 days.
Okay.
As long as you get a letter from your engineer and you have an active permit.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. So ordered, 180 days, November 19th, or $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 27, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1501 Southeast 15th Street, case number BE 2301-0100, owner the Island Club Condo Association, Inc. This case was first heard on 7/20/23 to comply by 9/21/23. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $3,100, which continues to accrue. There are several extensions noted.
Alexander Albores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. Property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-3098 for the mechanical and electrical electrical equipment devices in disrepair. This particular violation is for the cooling tower that's in disrepair. Mr. Barone is here to provide an update.
Yes, how are you? Christopher Barone, HOA President, the Island Club Association. I've just taken over as president within the past few months, and in those months we've gotten a contractor, and we also have a permit submitted. Unfortunately, they didn't check the part that says, is this permit a result of a code violation? But I do have the permit number. It has been paid for. It has not, I don't think, been issued yet. I think they're still going through plans and responses in that. So all I can say is we're moving as fast as possible to get this in compliance. The last meeting I was at, it said the fines were suspended. They did start and then stop. So at least in the last magistrate hearing back in April, the fines were shown as suspended. Suspended days, 56. So we'd like to continue on. I don't know if we have to reappear in 30 days or if we can get the 180-day extension to come into compliance, but we are moving forward with permits. Like I said, I do have the permit issued and paid for. I don't know why it wasn't tied to the violation. It should be. I've asked them to do that. So we either need an extension to reappear or the 180 days to have the construction done, but we are under construction right now.
Okay.
We are aware of the permit, as we talked about. We've been monitoring the permit. Last time we updated our records, the permit was not yet issued. So there's a difference between a permit application being submitted and the permit reviewed, approved, and issued. It's two separate things. In this particular case, the repairs would have to be complete before the case come into compliance. But this case has been going on for quite some time. We do recognize that since Mr. Barone became involved, there has been progress. They've actually applied for the permit, and they're addressing the comments. The city does not object. Your Magistrate, if you want to grant them another extension. Once the permit is issued, we may reconsider an additional longer extension because now they'll have a permit for 180 days. But at this time, until the urgency is to have the permit issued so they can go to work. Once the permit is issued, we may be able to support an additional extension at that time.
So why don't we, I'm inclined to grant you the 63 days, which seems like a sufficient amount of time to get your permitting. And then at that point, like he said, once you have a permit, they can revisit the compliance date. I can't give you 180 days until you actually have a permit.
I understand.
Okay, so I'm going to grant additional time with a new compliance date of July 25th, or the fine of $50 a day will run.
Your Honor, is it possible to, would it be okay for the 56 days, so it falls on a hearing? Or it wouldn't actually matter?
So our next hearing is either going to be June 20th or October 17th. No, we have one. July 18th. So, okay, I have no problem with that. So you want them a notice to reappear?
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll be July 18th and a notice to reappear as well. Okay. Right, it'll be 56 days. I'm going to grant additional time to comply. It'll be July 18th will be your new compliance date. On that date, also you need to come back for notice to reappear. Okay.
Yes, a quick question. Again, there were a number of days where the fine was levied and then it was suspended. Is it still suspended while we're moving forward?
Yeah. So since I'm granting you additional time, at this time, no fines will be running. Okay.
Perfect. Great. Thank you very much.
Unless there were fines that had accrued when they were paused, which
Yes,
that
no.
might be.
I'm not waiving the fines.
No,
I'm
no,
just,
no.
right, I'm just suspending
But
anything.
right now they're in suspension. We understand the previous fines until we came into a progress point. But
Correct.
Perfect. Is that it?
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander.
Our next case is on page 31. Chief George Oliva, property address 888 Intercoastal Drive. Owner, Sunrise Tower Condo Association. Case number BE 2305-0053. This case was first heard on 9/21/23 to comply by 3/19/24. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,400, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. Miguel Ramirez, property manager for Sunrise Tower.
Do you want to mark them to evidence? he seen it? Did you saw the report? Oh, okay, you'll explain it.
Okay, Building Inspector Leo Martinez, representing the city, case and address as read. Your Honor, I just want to clarify, and I already spoke to them, that in order for them to get an extension, the law states, Board of County Rule of Appeal states that they have to have an active permit that they don't have. So for that reason, the city is moving forward to request the fines to be imposed. Okay?
Okay, so do you understand what they're requesting? So whatever, the report that you gave me isn't sufficient to be in compliance, that you need an active permit.
Correct. And we would like to ask for 60 days to be able to present the active permits, since we have done everything up to the point of submitting plans and all the permits or applications, and we just want like 60 more days to make sure it goes through to be able to present the active permit to request, then further request whatever extensions
The
are
active
requested.
permit needs to be clear. And we, since what happened in Southside, we are to follow the mandates of Broward County Code of Appeals. So the city opposed to that extension.
So they won't, I don't have any discretion to grant you additional time pursuant to the ordinance that have been changed or updated. So I'm gonna.
One second, Your Honor.
Sure.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mike. I just want to say three things unequivocally. One is Mr. Martinez and Mr. Pasquarello have been extremely helpful, particularly this morning. This is my first involvement. Mr. Ramirez asked me to get involved. In terms of being very specific in what needed to be produced. Secondly, I want to assure you that this building has been acting in extreme good faith to try to do what needs to be done. And thirdly, I want to highlight to you that even $100 a day fine is extraordinarily devastating to the 70, 80, and 90-year-olds who have lived in this building for decades, and their monthly assessment has gone in the last 24 months from under $400 to upwards of $1,450. In addition, they've been assessed a $38,000 special assessment. They're all on fixed income that has been substantially paid. So the contracts have been signed. Another issue is the board rotates every year. So the contracts have been signed. Some of the permits have been issued. Everything is ready to move forward. And so I would only ask if you would consider, if the statute requires that there be an imposition of a fine, that it be deferred for 60 days, because after speaking to them this morning, I'm confident, because everything's been done, the deposits have been paid, they're reputable contractors and engineers who are going to do the rest of the work in this building to bring it up to code. So I'm just asking if there's a possibility of a 60-day deferment for the imposition of the fines to show Mr. Ramirez and Mr. Pasquarello that they have been able to get the permits active. And for what it's worth.
My understanding is they request an abatement once they're in compliance.
They can come back. I just spoke to the officer. They can come back for a lien amnesty. So they just have to, you just have to have the active permit. Because of all that's been going on with the buildings, crumbling down, we really, our hands are kind of tied with the rules as they are right now. So once they come into compliance, Your Honor, then at that point, the officer in the city can revisit the issue and they can apply for a lien amnesty.
So they're not going to enforce the $6,000 and change that is being requested. Once you're in compliance, it's negotiable, is basically what they're saying.
I understand, and I know that
No, if the fines are imposed today, after 30 days, it will be lien.
Oh, it will be lien?
Yes.
Okay, so does the city have any objection then to staying the lien for 60 days so that they...
No, Your Honor, the city is requesting the imposition of fines. We are following what board has established, and it's an unfortunate situation, no? But we just have to stick with the rules, and those are the rules.
Okay.
We already explained to them, and we even offer to try to help them in the process to obtain the permit, which they don't have. Okay, we are willing to try to do a walkthrough. Our assistant building official offer that. I'm willing to help too, but at this point, we just need to move forward with the imposition of fines. We are requesting that.
We're all big advocates, particularly me, of what needs to be done. I speak to you as a former practicing attorney for 43 years in 3 different states, including here. I'm an active CAM manager in the state of Florida. I used to be the city commissioner on the beach in Pompano Beach, so I have an intimate understanding of these issues, and I'll tell you that the building didn't even have a formal, legitimate property manager until a year ago when they hired Castle Group, and Mr. Ramirez has only been there several months. So they've done everything that the city wants, but you do have discretion under the statute, although I don't represent them, I'm just a private citizen. You do have discretion to defer the imposition of it. It's much harder to ask for amnesty and apply for amnesty and requires, some professional services to do that than for you to just defer it, because Mr. Ramirez assures me and Mr. Pasquarello and Mr. Martinez, you will have these active permits because we've paid for everything. The studies have been done, the reports have been submitted.
So I need to look at the statute myself then, because in all honesty, I need to see what my discretion is. Okay, there we are.
You already got the statute in order for them. It's this one right here. The fee is going to be corrected with 180 days.
Yeah, we can take Yeah, give me a few minutes. That's fine.
All right, at this time, we're going to take a brief recess. If you have to use the restroom or stretch your legs or anything, go ahead. Thank you. Okay, we now resume our special magistrate hearing.
Okay, so we're going to revisit.
One moment, please. Hello? The hearing is back in play. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to revisit case number BE 230500053. And based on the testimony today, and on this case, I'm going to grant a continuance because there's a lot of circumstances that warrant it, okay? And we're going to revisit this case on July 18th, okay? So all the fines will stop running as of today.
So extension?
An extension is granted. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And they reappear?
Notice to reappear will be July 18th, yep.
Our next case is on page 8 at the top. Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1344 Northeast First Ave. Owner Bernadette Azor. Case number BE 23090187. Notice posted at the property on 4/29/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Page 8.
Thank you.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, I have been in contact with the owner, Bernadette, who indicated that she has been trying to get the contractor to come back to complete the work and get the final inspections. However, her efforts have been unsuccessful. I've also spoken with the owner of Heroes Roofing, Karen, who indicated that they are in the process of changing their qualifier and have recently filed an application to the city for a change in contractor for this expired permit. Thereafter, the permit will be, once the permit is renewed and the inspection is completed, we will consider, hopefully this case will comply at this point. The respondent is here to speak.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Good morning.
You need to turn the mic on.
My name is Bernadette Azop, owner of 1344 Northeast First Avenue. It's I thought I hired a big company to do my roof. It's like I never knew if the permit wasn't closed. When the inspector let me know the permit wasn't closed and I called them, they were laughing at me like I'm making a story. So I make them get in contact with the inspector. Now the work is done. They have to pull a new permit and then have another inspection done. Then we get over it.
Okay, so how much time is the city seeking?
So the city is requesting 42 days to comply or $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, so I'm going to give you till July 4th.
Okay.
Which is 42 days. But to get in compliance, you guys, it's a national holiday, so are you doing July 5th or July 3rd? What are you? July 4th? Okay. July 4th or $50 a day for compliance, okay?
Okay. Hopefully they have I don't know how long it will take them to get the permit. Because
Well, make sure that you stay in touch with the inspector and let him know what you're doing and if you have any difficulties.
yes, all we're waiting on is the permit to be allowed because the first permit was expired.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so just like I said, stay in touch with the inspector, so if you're running into your problems, he knows what you're doing.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 18 at the bottom. Chief George Oliva, property address 1650 South Ocean Lane. Owner, Oceanic Association, Inc. Case number BE 231-00116. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Sarausti, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180 days extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Okay. Please.
You turned it off.
Okay. My name is Andres Caicedo. I'm with ACG Engineering Services. We're the engineers at the association. We are uploading today the report saying that the buildings have been certified. So, again, we're okay with the 180 days because.
Okay, so
Okay.
ordered. We'll have 108 days, which is November 19th, or $500 a day.
Perfect.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 29, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusi, property address 2812 Southwest 3rd Street, owner Mary Robinson and John Robinson, case number BE 2304-0168. This case was first heard on 9/21/23 to comply by 11/16/23. Two sections complied at $50. Total incurred fines, $17,200. City is requesting to reduce the administrative costs to $1,074.15.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is complied. The city requesting administrative cost of $1,074.15. I will let the respondent to speak.
Good morning. My name is John Robertson. I would ask for payments for the they say that I owe the 1,000.
So you had fines of $17,200. The city waived those fines, and they're just seeking administrative costs of $1,074.15.
Yes.
Okay, you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
All right.
Our next case is also on page 29, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 3700 Galt Ocean Drive, number 1203. Owner Gay T. Trung, case number CE 1202-1671. This case was first heard on 5/21/15 to comply by 7/2/15. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $150,600, which continues to accrue.
I spent the whole time.
Please, the inspector will go first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Hi, my name is Na Trung. That's how what people call me. That's not how you pronounce it. Anyways, I have spent the whole time calling people. They don't want to pull a permit on work that's not theirs, or they won't make enough money. And I tried to call Mr. Saragusi a couple times, but he said he had emailed me with somebody that could do it. So I have to find that email and then call them and have them do it, because this is the first person that he says that they're willing to help, but no one was. I've called. I mean, I work on the phones. You know, I moved here in March, and that's how I was able to buy that place. And if I had known I was going to get hit by a garbage truck, I would have paid it in cash. But now everything's, it's just, because I can't work. I got metal in my neck and all that kind of stuff, and I have a lot of chronic pain. Physical therapy 3 times a week. But however, I've been still calling and calling. I could not find anybody because they're all about money here in South Florida.
So what is the building permits that are expired? It's a window?
It's a window unit. I had an inspector come with me, and we were looking. I was trying to get a small missile, which are the hurricane windows for the bottom floors, in case you get some furniture hit your window and smash your door, and it won't smash it stronger. So I wanted small missiles too, and I'm on the 12th floor. So I was talking to the inspector. I said, "Is that small missile or large?" He said, "It's large missile. It's large missile, which is what is required for on the 12th floor." But I wanted a better window so I won't be able to hear the outside, and maybe better protection, because I know I won't ever
So did you install this window, or you bought the unit and the window's already there?
No, I gutted my whole place out, and then when that was done, I was also going to try to figure out who the contractor was this general contractor that pulled the permits for, because I completely gutted the whole place out.
But you did put that window in then. Your general contractor did.
No. A window person did, and he went bankrupt.
Okay.
So that's what happened. I didn't know what to do, and then I got in all these accidents, and it's just been a miserable journey past decade.
So what is the value of the window? Like, you pulled a permit. How much was this window?
I don't know. I paid $8,000 for the window and doors.
Okay, so now.
But the thing is, my place, hurricane. I mean, one of our worst hurricanes. I was on the balcony and I saw a hurricane with a tornado in it, and I grew up in Wichita, Kansas, and I've never even seen a tornado. But the thing is, for some reason, the hurricane won't go through the two buildings, someone told me once, so I'm always safe during a hurricane. A bomb, I don't know. But I was telling my physical therapist how this is pretty safe as well. I mean, I can decide 5 feet, except for carrying water 12 floors.
So how much time do you need to get in compliance now?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to call the person that he said, get him out as soon as possible, take care of this as soon as possible. It's not even up to me. It's up to them. And I'm like, calling. I even went to a place that's an architect engineering firm, asked for their advice. And they told me what to do, try that. And I already got rid of filled up the part, because originally the permit office said I could pull the permit myself, but I can't. But I already got rid of I already sent the letter to the, you know how you're supposed to send a letter to the old contractor saying, I already got back a letter that, because that address does not exist.
Okay. The city doesn't oppose to 84 days extension and stop the fines.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the fines today, okay, and I'm going to grant additional time to comply, which will be a new compliance date of August 15th.
Okay, great.
Okay, or the fines are going to start running again, so which is 84 days. So stay in touch with the inspector. He just gave you a
I got his card.
And then obviously once you're in compliance, we could deal with the fines.
Yeah, and see, I got the letter back. I already did that part of it.
All right.
All right, well, thank you very much. You guys have a nice day.
Our next case is on page 23, Chief George Oliva. Property address 3925 Davie Boulevard. Owner Teresa Maria Dominguez. Case number BE 23090286. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5924. Who has 3925? Oh.
Sorry, Tasha, which is the ending numbers?
286.
Okay. Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Hi, my name is Maria Teresa Dominguez. I'm putting in the papers with my architect for this week. Maybe in 10 days I'm ready for the...
Okay, so you're okay with your...
Yes.
Okay, so order will be 42-day compliance date of July 4th, 2024, or $500 a day. Yes. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 34. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1401 Southeast 15th Street, 208. Owner, Cochise Cordova Arms, LLC. Case number BE 23070004. This case was first heard on 3/21/24 to comply by 5/23/24. One section not complied at $50. And this case was ordered to reappear.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The case is not in compliance. This three-story building has been cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B, building parts which are deteriorated and not maintained, specifically for the roof covering. The respondent is here today to provide an update.
Hi, my name is Vincent Maresca. I'm here on behalf of Cochise Cordova Arms LLC, the owner of the property. And I spoke to Inspector Alvarez a few days ago. I let him know that the permit's issued, the work's in progress. We're just going to need a little bit more time to get everything buttoned up, and he'll be the first one to know once we are. And I think we spoke about an extension of 20-something days, 25, I believe.
Yeah, the city does not object to an extension of 28 days. Let me
28
check
days?
when the next hearing. Yes, 28 days.
Okay, cool.
Should be good, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want a notice to reappear or no?
If we can, in order to reappear in case it remains in non-compliance.
Okay, I'm going to grant an extension, so with new compliance to the June 20th, or a daily fine of $50 and a notice to reappear as well for June 20th.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Our next case is on page 25, Chief George Oliva. Property address 6881, excuse me, Northwest 16 Terrace. Owner 6881 Northwest 16 Terrace Properties, Inc. Case number BE 231-00023.
No.
Notice posted at property on 4/9/24, posted at 1 East Rock Boulevard on 5/9/24.
What page are you doing? I'm sorry, I did not.
25 at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
6881.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case.
I'm sorry, keep going. Keep going.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address are read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180 days extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report on fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent speak.
Hi, my name's Gary Cohn, the owner of the building. I couldn't quite make out what you said.
Oh, he's granting he's seeking 180 days of compliance date, which would be November 19th. Or a fine of
Okay, very
$100 a
good.
day.
Sure,
You
we'll
okay?
be done. We should be done before that, actually.
Okay, well, so
Very
ordered
good.
then. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Our next case is on page 2. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 2320 Southwest 36th Ave. Case number BE 2312-0045. Owner, Georgette Angela D. De Asmar, Johnny Amar Sayek. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Nobody present? Were they?
Is there anyone here for?
No, he's gone because he had an appointment for.
Okay, so we'll have to call it in.
Okay.
Moving on to page 1. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 2011 Northeast 18th Street. Owner, Angela C. Cope. Case number BE 2401-0018. Notice posted at the property on 4/24/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Good morning, Joe Pasquarello on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This is a property that's in violation of City Ordinance 9-259. The building is unfit for human habitation. The structure, in the opinion of the inspector and the building official, become unsafe and is substantially damaged or otherwise shall be deemed unsafe. A permit needs to be obtained and corrections need to be made or otherwise demolished. I want to allow the owner to speak.
Hi, my name is Angela Cope. I live in 2011 Northeast 18th Street. I finished to pay off my mortgage at the end of last year, and my next step would be getting a roof. because it's the principal in the house. And it was very hard to get a financing. And finally, I found a company. I pay cash. And I got 2 jobs to pay, but I got the contract here. And I'm in touch with Mr. Jean-Claude Noel. He's going to go there next week and see what I have done. I did a lot of things. I sent pictures to Miss Montoya from the state, from the city. And I just need to get time to get the permits and get it done. Because if I got the roof, I can assess my equity and finish to do everything I want. But if without the roof, I don't have the money. I can't do it. And financing, my score credit is low and things. I never had done anything like this before. I was just working to pay off the house after my husband died to start to work on it. But it's a crazy thing. I don't know, everybody ask a different paper that I don't have, and this company say, we can do cash. I'll pay more, I have to pay more a month. I got a part-time job, my full-time job at Trader Joe's, but I think I can do it if you give me a chance. Don't demolish my house. It's the only thing I have in my life. Right. It's my home. Do you want to?
Magistrate, the city is extremely sympathetic with the owner here, but the condition of this property is, for lack of better words, in deplorable condition.
I'm not sorry.
Allow me to finish. The neighbors have gathered together, asking for the city's assistance on this. We've even attempted to ask for the owner to allow us to do voluntary work on the property, which we were refused. There's multiple animals living on the property. There's urine smell you could smell from a block away. There's overgrowth. The roof structure is collapsed. I'm not sure how she's even living there, and our concern is for her safety and with the safety of others.
I'm not staying there, stay with a friend, because I said that I could not stay there. And the smell was taken care, a lot of things was taken care. I got the pictures, I got receipts, so when I cut,
But let me ask you, why haven't you allowed the city to help you? They've offered their help, and why have you refused their help?
I didn't know they're helping. I thought I have somebody calling some social worker who was harassing me. I was so freaking out. By that time, I think, right after my husband died or he was dying, I could not think about anything. I could not put my mind together to get it. I don't know.
Is the house salvageable?
I guess any structure is salvageable, and certainly it's going to exceed the 50% rule where the property value versus the cost to repair it.
I think the roof is the most important. Saving the roof, I can get the equity and the work, everything. I don't have the pictures here and the receipts where they cut over the roof. There's only one side that I could not do, but the company said they will do it. And I can show you the pictures and the receipts and everything. Miss Montoya from the city has it all there, because I have to go talk to them on the 31st with the judge there. It's just I'm 68 years old. I don't have anybody. I don't even have a car. Everything's kind of hard, but I'm doing everything, really doing everything I can. I got roofing company going there almost every day, but I can get financing. I found cash. I pay cash.
I visit the property at least once a week. It's on my way home, and there's been no progress on the property for quite some time. Again, the city is extremely sympathetic in this case, but there has been no progress for quite some time.
So what progress are you talking about? If they're telling me there's no progress, where's the progress?
I show it to Miss Montoya paralegal. Like, I cut everything on side. I pay almost $2,000 to remove everything.
In front of the circuit court judge.
Yeah.
He's already been there It's already been there once before. Circuit judge granted a brief extension. Ron is returning, including myself, returning next week, so we could complete that process from that end.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I don't have her here either, I want a little more insight on circuit court case that's pending. I'm going to do a notice to reappear on June 28th, and maybe it'll give me a little more time. I'm going to have you come back on June 28th. At that time, I'm sorry, June 20th. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. June 20th, I'm going to have you reappear, and between now and then, I hope there's progress. If there's not progress, then there's not much else I can do.
Okay. Mr. Jean-Claude Noel, I invited him to go over there.
He's a code officer.
Yeah.
He's one of our code officers. There's been multiple city employees that have been addressing this case on the property.
I'm sure. Yeah. This will be your final. I can't do more.
Okay.
Because if you're really not helping yourself, I can't help you.
Okay.
They're trying to help you. So it comes to a point, it's really not fair to your neighbors either. Not only, I understand this is your home, but if your house is not a safe structure and there's animals and there's smells, then your neighbors are not able to enjoy their home, and it's not fair to them either.
And do you want to, I don't know if you want.
I don't need a copy.
That's the contract.
I don't need a copy.
No. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to, please come back on June 20th, and please make sure
20th?
between June 20th.
Okay.
Make sure between now and then you have progress.
Thank you.
It's a 28th day continuance, exactly.
2-0, right?
28 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's giving
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this concludes all our respondents at this time. However, we do have these two gentlemen here for a property, but they do not have the power of attorney. So I'm just going to allow them to hear the case before they go. But they can't, make any decisions about it.
Okay.
Okay. So at the bottom of page 20, Chief George Oliva, property address 2731 Southwest 11th Court, owner Archdiocese of Miami, Our Lady Queen of Martyrs, case number BE 2309-0135. Notice posted at the property on 4/30/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/9/24.
At the bottom. Okay. Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit the new report or fine of $100 per day thereafter.
How many days was it?
180.
So basically, we're saying that you have 180 days to get all the repairs completed, and submit a new report to us, or it's a 100 days per day. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor, that's your job. Sorry.
Oh, you were doing a good job. Okay, so I'm gonna enter that. You have 180 days in compliance, which will be on November 19th, or it'll be a $500 a day. You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, this concludes all our respondents. Going back to page 2, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 2531 Key Largo Lane, case number BE 2312-0031, owner Ali Dineshwar. Notice posted at the property on 3/27/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Alexander Albores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2020, Section 111.1.1, use and occupancy for occupying single-family addition without the required certificate of occupancy. The case was opened on December 5th, 2023. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on December 19, 2023. Final notice mailed January 29, 2024. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant property owner 56 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. City is also requesting for final order to be recorded.
Okay, so how many days?
56 days.
Okay, so ordered. It'll be July 18th or a fine of $50 a day?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 3, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 6731 Northwest 26th Ave. Case number BE 2401-0148. Owner Tristan and Juliet Mooney. Notice posted at the property on 5/8/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presented the case as read. The case was opened by Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia for expired permit under Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.3.2.1. The inspection report was mailed on December 6, 2023. Final notice was mailed on January 10, 2024. Notice of hearing was mailed on May 7, 2024. I have been in contact with the owner. This property have been cited, the city is requesting 56 days to come in compliance or a $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, so ordered.
At the bottom of page 3, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. That's the one I just did. Page 3 at the top, we did that one. Page 3 at the bottom, case number BE 2312-0086, property address 2400 Friar Point. Owner Kimberly S. Roy Estate. Notice posted at the property on 4/3/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Good morning, Inspector Williams presenting on behalf of Inspector Quintero for the city. Case and address as read. During routine inspection of the area on 12/12/23, the following violation was observed. Violation 1-D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at the property that has started or completed without obtaining required permits, consisting of but not limited to wood and PVC fence. Inspection report was mailed out to the property owner listed on BCPA records on 12/12/23. A final notice was mailed out to the property owner listed on BCPA records on 2/21/24. Case was scheduled for this special magistrate hearing on 3/28/24. Inspector Quintero has been in contact with the daughter of the property owner who is aware of what is required for compliance. There is a permit in the system, BLD GEN 24040267, which is in plan set submitted stage. It was noted on 4/11/24 by Senior Building Inspector Alvarez conducting the review that corrections are required. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on 5/21/24 and the violation remains. The permit has not been issued. The city is requesting 42 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day for each violation thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, my apologies. I have to go back to page 2 at the bottom. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti.
That was my next question.
Yeah. Property address 2320 Southwest 36th Ave. Owner Georgette Angela D. De Asmar, Johnny Amar Sayek. Case number BE 2312-0045. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. I received an email from Chief George Oliva to inspect this property for a car accident. I inspect the property and found work without permit. In the second inspection, I have access to the property and found plumbing fixture replacement in the kitchen and bathrooms new island with ranch, new receptacle for TV and refrigerators, new ranch and recesses lighting, new door installation to storage. Searching in BCPA aerial pictures, I found tree removed and good fence installed. The property was sited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1. Inspection report was mailed on December 6, 2023. Final notice was mailed on January 10, 2024. Notice of hearing was mailed on May 7, 2024. I have been in contact with the property owner and the contractor several times, and permits are in process. We are requesting 56 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
That's 56 days?
Correct.
56,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Page 5 at the top. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Did I say it right, Andrew? Yes. Thank you. 807 Southwest 14th Court, owner Lincoln Sports and Entertainment LLC, case number BE 24010128. Notice posted at the property on 4/9/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/9/24.
I'm Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia, representing for the city of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read. I arrived at the property. I observed a new paver driveway, sidewalk, and swale installed on the property. I checked records for permits and found that there were no permits on file for the work performed. The city is requesting Magistrate that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 42 days to come into compliance or 50 days thereafter.
So ordered.
Okay. The bottom of page 5, property address 1610 Southwest 24th Ave, case number BE 24010007, owner Mithal Rene Pierre Pitot. Notice posted at the property on 4/1/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24.
My name is Inspector Andrew Gebbia, representing case and address is read. I arrived at the property. I observed a newly built wood fence constructed on the north and south sides of the house. After checking for permits, I found that there were no permits on file for the work performed. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 42 days to come into compliance or 50 days thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 6. Inspector Linda Holloway, property address 1055 North Federal Highway, owner 1055 North Federal LLC, case number BE 24020206. Notice posted at the property on 5/2/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24. Excuse me, guys. We're still in the hearing. Thank you.
I'm sorry, that's 1055, correct? Correct. Thank you. Good morning, Inspector Linda Holloway on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case BE 24020206, property address 1055 North Federal Highway. The following violation was observed per BSI online tracking on March 1st, 2024. The violation that was observed was section 28-155. The existing backflow prevention device has not been tested for subsequent recertification as per the City of Fort Lauderdale Municipal Code of Ordinance. Final notice was mailed to the owner listed on Broward County Property Appraisers on March 1st, 2024. I've had no contact from the owner or the representative. April 4 shows that the violation remains as depicted on the photo. The city is requesting 42 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Property address 1320 Southwest 26th Street, owner Marina Mile ALF LLC, case number BE 24030015. Notice posted at the property on 4/30/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Inspector Linda Holloway on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case BE 24030015, property address 1320 Southwest 26th Street. The following violation was observed per BSI online tracking on March 5th, 2024. Violation section 28-55.A. The existing fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for the subsequent recertification as per City of Fort Lauderdale municipal ordinances. A final notice was mailed to the owner listed on Broward County Property Appraiser's website on March 5th, 2024. I've been in contact with the facilities manager, Iris, who's trying to get the testing company to upload this into the system. A pre-hearing check on Tuesday, May 21st, shows that the violation remained as depicted on the photo. The city is requesting 42 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 7, Inspector Preston Mark, property address 334 Southwest 13th Street. Owner, Fernleaf Properties, LLC, case number BE 231-00216. Notice posted at the property on 4/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under FBC 2020-105.3.1.4, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: the installation of an above-ground pool spa without a permit. Case was opened 10/26/23. Inspection report mailed 10/30/23. Special magistrate notice mailed 3/28/24. During my routine inspections, I observed workers at this location unloading material, and I also noticed that there was a new pool installed at the right side of the property. I requested to see the work, but the workers refused. They then called the owner, who did not answer, and thereafter I left my business card to have him contact me. Upon checking our records, we show that no permit was ever issued for this pool installation. I subsequently spoke with the owner, Nicola Toppin, who indicated that he would be hiring a contractor to pull the permit for this work. Records currently show that a new application, BLDGEN 24050576, has been submitted for this work and is in process. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that a violation exists and to grant the property owner 42 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Okay, at the bottom of page 7, property address 1237 Northeast 14th Ave, case number BE 23070302. Owner, Valentina Akayo and Levent Akayo. Notice posted at the property on 4/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The property was cited for a violation under Florida Building Code 2020-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: interior remodel, kitchen, bathroom, wall removal, drywall, tiling, electrical, plumbing, and without permits. There were also 2 efficiency units at the back of the main property, the main house, which AC units were also being installed. Given that there are 2 separate buildings, the work has been requested to be permitted for both buildings. The case was opened 7/25/23. Inspection report mailed 7/26/23. Final notice 9/8/23, and special magistrate notice 3/28/24. I visited the property to investigate the possibility of a work without permit on July 26, 2024. I met with workers Victor, Michelle, and Rodriguez, who were working there and granted me access to the property. During my inspection, I observed that there were work being done, demoing the kitchen, bathrooms, flooring, etc. They also removed a partition wall between the kitchen and the living room. There was also electrical work and plumbing work being done by another contractor. They also did similar work to the 2 efficiency units at the rear of the property. Over the past several months, I've been in touch with the owner, Mrs. Valentina, our permit tech, Claudia Gill, and the contractor, Mr. Salguero. Our records show that there are several permits being pulled to comply these violations. There's a structural permit, BLDGEN 240303343, which is currently awaiting fee payment. There's also mechanical permit MECGEN 240100150, awaiting client reply. Building permit BLD RES 23110021 has been issued for the main building and the 2 efficiencies. Electoral permit ELE RES 23110018 has also been issued, and building permit BLD RALT 23110013 has been issued. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 63 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 9. Property address 2132 Northeast 68th Street, case number BE 23080132. Owner, Farfalla K LLC. Notice posted at the property on 4/17/23, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Person marked building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The property was cited for violation under City Ordinance Section 9-1D. Any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started for or completed without obtaining the required permits, which included new fence, gates, and driveway alteration or replacement. The case was opened 8/7/23. Inspection report mailed 8/9/23. Final notice 9/28/23, and special magistrate notice 3/29/24. The case was originally cited by Inspector Jeff Franklin, who is no longer with the city. I subsequently took over the case and visited the property on several occasions due to complaints from neighbors. I met with one of the workers on site who put me in touch with the owner, the previous owner, Hugo, who indicated that he just bought the property and would be pulling the permits for the unpermitted work, including windows, driveway, and fence. Thereafter, I received a call from a new owner, Mario, who indicated that he has taken over the property and is in the process of rectifying these permit violations. Based on our record, the application number BLDGN 24050323 was recently submitted for the wood fence and metal gates. The other permits for the driveway and windows have been completed. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violation exists and grant the property owner 42 days to come in compliance, or a fine of 42 days thereafter.
Fine of $50, you mean?
$50 a day, sorry.
Okay, so ordered.
Them with days.
Okay.
Our next case is on page 10. Chief George Oliva.
Thank you.
Property address 15 Southeast 15th Street. Owner, North Broward Hospital District. Attention real estate. Case number BE 23090358. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180 days extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Our next case is also on page 10, property address 109 Southwest 2nd Ave, owner Nugent Avenue Retail LLC, case number BE 231-00066, notice posted at the property on 4/11/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
11, property address 122 Southwest 22nd Street, owner AN Collision Center FTL South Inc., in care of Auto Nation, case number BE 231-00041, notice posted at the property on 4/11/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 155 Isle of Venice Drive, owner Venice Isle Tower Association, Inc., case number BE 231-00119, notice posted at the property on 4/10/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 12, property address 219 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, case number BE 2308-0432, owner LAD FL Beach CR LLC, notice posted at the property on 5/6/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Sorry. Moving on to page 13, property address 540 Southwest 27th Ave, owner iStorage PO LLC, case number BE 231-00045, notice posted at the property on 4/11/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Inspector Leo Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting a 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 580 Southwest Flagler Drive, owner Giuseppe Fam Revocable Trust, Verna D. Giuseppe trustee, case number BE 230903343, notice posted at the property on 4/11/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 611 Northeast 14th Ave, owner Park Court Condo Apartments, Inc., case number BE 231-00067, notice posted at the property on 4/3/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 665 Riverland Road, owner Ring Group, Inc., case number BE 230903361, notice posted at the property on 4/11/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 701 Northwest 5th Ave, owner Thrive Development Group, LLC, case number 2309, BE 230900271, notice posted at the property on 4/8/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 15, property address 710 Northwest 5th Ave, 1032. Owner Thrive Development Group LLC, case number BE 23090265. Notice posted at the property on 4/4/24, posted at 1 East Route Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 849 Southwest 21st Terrace. Owner EnviroCycle Inc. in care of Republic Services Prop Tax. Case number BE 231-00196. Notice posted at the property 4/11/24. Posted at 1 East Route Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. It was written by a letter that was received by the engineer that the property must be vacated in order for them to complete the repairs. I just want to state this so it can be recorded. They are supposed to close the place and vacate the property. I'm going to keep an eye on that. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Property address 919 Northeast 13th Street. Owner Archways Inc. Case number BE 23090274. Notice posted at the property 4/3/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1001 Northwest 52nd Street. Owner CES Property Division. Case number BE 2307039. Notice posted at the property on 4/9/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered. Wait, I'm sorry. You said 180 days? Or, oh, this
42,
is 42 days.
42.
Okay, sorry. So ordered.
Moving on to page 17.
Wait, what happened to the 70329?
Which one? 1170?
1001 Northwest 52nd Court.
That's the one we just did, right?
No, we just did 1001 South Andrews Avenue.
So we must have did the...
52nd Street, that's the one that we just did.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
You know what? Then you'll have to tell me which. I know I wrote the order down on that one, but I think I got it for the wrong one, and that's where I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, Andrews was for 180 days or $100 a day.
Okay, I don't know why I was having a hard time hearing. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that.
Okay. Page 17, property address 1450 Southwest 24th Court, 1-4, case number BE 2309-0106, has been complied and it's withdrawn. Will be closed. Case number property address 1455 Holly Heights Drive, case number BE 2309-0290, owner Fusion Gardens Condo Association, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 4/3/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1545 Miami Road, case number BE 231-00004, owner Palamara Ron Trust, Carpe Diem Trust. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting their report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Excuse me. Property address, on page 18, property address 1550
Jose.
Southeast 17th Street. Owner 1550 Southeast 17th LLC. Case number BE 23090354. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report had not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 19, property address 1801 West State Road 84, case number BE 2310011. Owner, Hare Krishna, Fort Lauderdale LLC. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1919 Northeast 45th Street. Owner, Geneva Associates LLC. Case number BE 2310008. Notice posted at the property on 4/4/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5924.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So entered.
Property address 2290 Northwest 19th Street. Case number BE 23090345. Owner, ESS NYFL JV Florida Sub 2 LLC. Notice delivered via personal service on 4/4/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5924.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Excuse me. Moving on to page 21.
Page
21, property address 2817 East Oakland Park Boulevard. Owner, ACS 2817 LLC. Case number BE 2310017. Notice posted at the property on 4/3/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5924.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address are read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
At the bottom of page 21, property address 2910 Northwest 19th Street. Owner, SP Broward Gardens LP, in care of Standard Companies. Case number BE 23090349. Notice posted at the property on 4/4/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5924.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report of a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 22, property address 3101 Southwest First Terrace. Case number BE 23090344. Owner, Thermofin Inc. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5924.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and order as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So entered.
Page 23, property address 4987 Northwest 23rd Ave. Owner, RJD Corp. Case number BE 231-00026, notice posted at the property on 4/9/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit the new report or the fine as $100 per day thereafter.
So entered.
Page 25, property address 6501 Northwest 12th Ave, owner Colt, South Florida, owner LP, in care of Equos Capital Partners Limited, case number BE 230700101, notice posted at the property on 4/9/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance, but submit the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So entered.
Property address 6783 Northwest 17th Ave, case number BE 231-00027, owner Arnold Sales Company, Inc., in care of Thompson Reuter Prop Tax Service. Notice posted at the property on 4/9/24, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 5/9/24.
Building Inspector Saragusti, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come in compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So entered.
Moving on to page 28. Property address 2780 Northeast 57th Court. Owner Development for Life Partners, LP. Case number BE 230600152. This case was first heard on 1/18/24. To comply by 3/21/24. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $3,100, which continues to accrue.
So entered.
Thank you. Alex, I'm sorry, did you want to say anything on any of your Massey cases?
No, we did have that one case that was a mandatory reappearance. That's why I came back.
Okay, all right. I was just making sure because I'm just going through them. Property address 433 Southwest 28th Ave. Case number BE 23080210. Owner Pampa Galgo 2 LLC. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 3/21/24. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $3,100, which continues to accrue.
So entered.
Property address 1829 Southwest 4th Ave. Owner Romaldo Bravo Arenas. Case number BE 230500123. This case was first heard on 9/21/23 to comply by 10/19/23. One section complied at $50. Total fines $8,950. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $890.15.
So entered.
Page 29. Property address 901 Northeast 16th Place. Case number BE 230300086. Owner John Gordon Robertson, homestead exempt, Robertson Family Trust, and all others. This case was first heard on 8/17/23 to comply by 10/19/23. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total fine $7,550. The city is requesting to vacate the final order from 8/17/23.
So ordered.
Jeez. One second. Page 30. Property address 1016 Northeast 17th Street. Owner Little Palms Academy LLC. Case number BE 230300102. This case was first heard on 9/21/23 to comply by 11/23/23. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total fines $4,800. City is requested to reduce the administrative cost of $575.
So ordered.
Property address 2591 Southwest 30th Ave. Owner 2591 Riverview LLC. Case number BE 2305-0027. This case was first heard on 9/21/23 to comply by 11/16/23. Fines suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total fines $4,550. The city is requesting to reduce fines to administrative costs of $575.
So ordered.
Page 31 at the top, property address 119 Rose Drive, owner 119 Rose Drive LLC, case number BE 2106-0101. This case was first heard on 10/14/21 to comply by 4/12/22. One section not complied at $100. City is requested to impose the full amount of $77,100, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 32, property address 2442 East Sunrise Boulevard, owner Keystone, Florida Property Hold, case number BE 2204-0054. This case was first heard on 9/15/22 to comply by 3/14/23. One section complied at $100. Total fines $25,000. City is requesting to reduce fines to administrative costs of $1,275.
So ordered.
Property address 5080 North State Road 7, owner Partners Preferred Yield, Limited Department, PT, Florida 23104. Case number BE 2308-0101. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 2/29/24. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to City is requesting to impose the full amount of $8,300, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 33 was done. Moving on to page 34. Case number BE 2402-0119. Address Northeast 21st Street, owner Palms 2100 Ocean Boulevard Limited. Senior Inspector Alexander Borges. This case is first heard on 4/18/24 to comply by 5/23/24. One section not complied at $100. This case was ordered to reappear, and they are not here. Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. Property is not in compliance. Property was cited for violation of 9-280C. South end shade structure is leaning out of plumb and in disrepair. South end boardwalk in disrepair. At this time, the city does not support any additional extensions, and at this time is requesting for the case to come back as a massing hearing to impose a fine next month.
Okay, so June 20th will be a massive hearing.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, at this time, Your Honor, we would like to have all the cases that are listed on page 35 into the record as closed.
So ordered.
Thank you. This concludes our May 23rd, 2024 special magistrate hearing for the Building Division.
You're taking all your stuff back?